You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills About That Business. The show must go on. I'm going to tell you what, sadly, going through life, stuff is going to come up. There's going to be emergencies. There's going to be, deaths, accidents. It could be anything. And that's one of the bad parts of being an entrepreneur, particularly a solopreneur. It's not as bad if you own a system and you have employees. But that's the only thing, because if you're in a position where you don't have a full-time job and you might be maybe in whether it's owning a store or you providing a service, if there's some type of emergency where, you might have to take a few days off. Say it's someone passed and you have to take care of funeral arrangements or something like that. It can, it's tough, and it's easy to say, well, I'll just close the business down for a few days, but that's bad for business. That's bad for business. I mean, yes, you want to deal with your family members and everything, but or whatever you need to deal with. But the thing about a business, when someone calls or they need that service, they need it right then, not a week or something from now. Like, for example, there's a shoe place in my neighborhood. And as far as I can tell, the gentleman, maybe since I last had some shoes in there, the gentleman might have found somebody to work in there. But for a long time anyway, he was working by himself. Now, usually if I check out anything, I check it out on, I check out reviews online and stuff. And everybody was saying the same thing, and he was using the same excuse. Like, oh, well, I just got married or anything, where it was closed. And he had people's shoes in there, and it's like, when people need their stuff back, they need their stuff back. But he wasn't around. It's kind of flippant about it. If this other store hadn't opened, this other shoe place hadn't opened in my neighborhood, I'd probably be like, whatever. In fact, it's funny when I say that other shoe place, I went through the mall where the other shoe place is, and even though the mall was open, this place was closed. So I'm like, hold up. Seriously, I know stuff happens. Stuff happens, but one of the things you have to do is figure out something. Like, say if you're providing a service. It's understandable stuff happens, but you might have to be a situation where you might have to go to that funeral in the morning and then perform that service at night. Because it's very important to keep everything moving. And that's if you're a solopreneur. Now, it's a little bit better, of course, if you have employees. They can just, take over and look out and everything. And, the only thing that might take that away is like vacations and stuff. But usually that's not as bad. That's not as bad because you can always let customers and people know weeks in advance, months in advance, that you'll be away at a certain time. And it's a tough thing, but when you're in business, if you providing stuff to other people, you got to have something, or I don't know, figure out something. Maybe you make an arrangement with somebody, handle your stuff. Y'all make some payment thing. It depending on what it is. And some people have done that. You might have personal trainers who, at my gym, you had a personal trainer who was pregnant, so other people took her clients. But that's different. That's different because ultimately the payments go to the gym anyway, and they can divvy stuff up. But always remember that, because I remember I missed out because of a family emergency. I missed out on a great opportunity. But then when I look back at it, I could have taken an hour or so and just go do the activity, and it would have taken only an hour. Just go do the activity and then get back to the family. When I look back at it, that's one of my very, very, very few regrets, because it would have taken me some other place and it would have been ultimately better for my family. But because sometimes, stuff happens, but then Sometimes if you get to that point where you seem like you're unreliable or they can't go for you for business, boom. Because understand with business, people ain't, when they need something, they need a service or they need a product, they ain't that sympathetic towards you unless they just know you like on a personal level. Remember, business is really cold-blooded. People want what they want when they want it. So, just always remember that. It's tough. Like with me, it's tough. It can be tough for now. But then once I sometimes think about expanding, we got to get some people to get stuff out. Get products out for me. So, anyway, that's all I got for today. Let's go make that money.